I'm just gonna get into it. Zack Snyder doing power moves on IG. The man is going hard right now. I don't know if you guys been following his IG platform, but man, when I say he's dropping gems, he's dropping like bombs, he's doing it all. He's doing it all. And you just can't help but wonder, what does he know? What is he being told? Why are you saying all this, right? Or are we all just speculating, right? That's the conversation right now. Is what we're witnessing with our very eyes the very power moves, or are we just speculating, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and dive into it. You know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and share what we're looking at over here on IG. For those who don't know, you will know right now. Bam, bam, bam.
And you speaking bam?
And we're speaking bam. We're not going there yet. We're not going there yet. Although salute. You gotta salute it regardless. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hats off without taking my hat off. You feel me? But let's go ahead and get into this, guys. I want to start maybe with, let's see. No, okay, it's right here. Maybe it's this one. Let's start with this one, right? One of the most meta movie posters ever made. Sometimes the poster tells the whole story, right? Carlos, tell me, bro, when you saw that, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been in this, you know what I'm saying? Pin, you've also been in this, you know what I'm saying? Silos a little longer, but Silos, tell me what you think about this, dog? When you saw that he posted that.
So here's the thing, right? With Zach, usually there's a reason why he does what he does, and he ain't just out here posting things. Everybody, I've seen it. I've made my own little post with this on my TikTok and stuff, and I've seen the comments. Oh, you guys are you're trying to keep the hope alive. It's over. Listen, if it was over, the maestro would have said it was over.
That's right.
We've been here. 2019, 2021, we've been here. All right. Right. So when he moves, we move with him.
Right.
And when I saw this, I was like, game on, man. Game on. I get the message. Let's keep moving. Let's keep posting. Let's keep talking about it. Because here's the thing. If there was nothing to talk about, we wouldn't be talking about it. We would be thankful. We got the movie, right? But there's so much more. There's so much more left to give. And even Zach knows there is. With the recent posts. And I know we're going to get to those recent posts. That's been crazy. But this right here, when I saw this, I was like, oh, yeah.
For sure. Pin, do you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I do. All right. First and foremost, I was one of them guys like, nah. You feel me? Like, this ain't gonna happen. The first one, the first Justice League Snyder Cut edition, I was like, they're not gonna do it. And I had conversations with Mike about it. Like, they're not gonna do it. All right. Same conversation that we had a couple lives ago on the Chop Shop. Netflix ain't gonna lose this. Paramount ain't gonna do it. I'm always wrong when it comes to this stuff. Let me just get that out of the way. I'm gonna give it a plug all the time. You feel me? But I just wish this said, like, underneath that JL, I just wish there was a number 2 underneath it. Pickle my pickle to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? I wish there was a number 2 next to it. I do think we're gonna get it at the end of the day. I do think we're going to get a Part 2 Justice League. They're not doing this for no reason. All right. These posts have been very strategic when it comes to Zack Snyder. All right. Not only him, but the sharing of the posts when it comes to the people who've been in the films. You know what I mean? I feel like something special is going to happen, and we need to see the results of the whole thing. We need to see the full story. We need to see the full vision. Because look, I finally saw Justice League, the Snyder Cut, with my oldest son, right? He's 8 years old. This man said this is the best superhero movie I've ever seen in my life. All right. That's what he told me. All right. That's what he told me. So
welcome.
So
right.
I'm not saying that just to say whatever, but Zack Snyder has heavy fans. I don't. There's not too many films that are not great from him.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what's coming. All right, we all know what's coming. It's just a matter of time. Paramount threw out the money, literally.
Right.
They just threw it through cash, billions and billions and billions cash.
Money.
Take it. And they're not just gonna let things go, bro. The Saudis they do business and they do business well. All right. And 100%. They know there's a huge fandom out there, and they know the numbers that they can make with Justice League 2. You know what I mean? 100%. So that's all I got to say about that. You know what I mean? Like, come soon, my boy. Come soon. It's coming soon. That's all I got to say about that. I'm looking forward to it. But these are strategic posts that he's doing, bro.
Very strategic posts.
It's not a thing where it's like,
right.
I just don't want people to forget about my work in the past. This ain't something like that. You feel me? Like, this is very strategic, bro. And I think it's sooner rather than later.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And again, as we said earlier, this is Zack Snyder is the cryptic king when it comes to not just his posts, even his movies.
Yeah.
Even his movies are cryptic, right? Mm-hmm. It's the symbolism, it's the dialogue, the cues. You need to pay attention to like get the full picture, right? So even when he posts things, you know, like this, it's not just for the sake of, and even with what he says, right? He says one of the most meta movie posters ever made. Sometimes the poster tells the whole story. What about this poster is telling a story? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the story, right? And obviously, when it first came out, it had a meaning. But I beg the question if it has even more meaning now, right? Like another meaning than the initial meaning, right? Obviously, when this first came out, this poster, it meant something for the Snyder Cut in the moment, right? The fact that there is a Justice League, right? Film out there, right? But the fact that it's in the it's set in the nightmare timeline sequence, debris of you know the collapse of whatever society, right? The fact that it's set in that it's using that as the like background of these just film canisters laying there, right? And then the fact that despite the tearing down of whatever it was, that still stands, right? And this could be looking too deep, but this is what Zack Snyder does. If we're looking at it from what we're talking about now, where we're at now in time with everything that's happening, one can argue that DC is still in shambles and it's still crumbling and it's still destroyed. And the only thing that's relevant to speak about and still lasting up to this point is his Justice League, right? And the only thing that can possibly give hope into a universe that frankly isn't where it once was, period. Like, cinematically at least, And again, that could be looking too deep into it. But me personally,
I do want to say something. I don't think so. Just with the reaction we got yesterday with and I know you're gonna go to it, but I can't hold it in anymore. The Green Lantern post that he posted yesterday, right? All of a sudden, James Gunn felt the need. The name who should not be named, he felt the need to confirm that Aaron Pierre is going to be in Man of Tomorrow. For a guy who has, quote unquote, his universe right now going, why did you feel the need to take away from a post that Zach posted first, by the way, just throwing it out there? And was, if he was, people say, oh, Zach's just reminiscing of this. If he really was, right? He posts this, right? And then he posts his Dark Side. And then all of a sudden, James Gunn's like, oh, wait. I got some news for y'all. Aaron Pierre, the Green Lantern you guys haven't seen yet, is going to be on Man of Tomorrow.
Right.
Like,
See, that in itself speaks to what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
You're looking at a man who's desperate because that unit. So when I'm saying, when you're looking at that canister that's still there, right? And he's saying sometimes the poster tells a whole story. Is that, again, regardless of, and look, there's probably people that are excited for what Gunn's gonna do, but it would be dishonest to say that there's a amount of hype around it as there was for previous things, especially regarding the Snyderverse. You know what I mean? Like, nothing has been on that kind of hype for DC since Zack Snyder's Justice League. Period. You know, like, just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that's, you know, in the moment, again, and keep in mind, yeah, like you said, we're not even looking at the latest post. We're just looking at the post that I think was cementing something going forward. You know what I mean? To now start, like, even though us fans, we were kind of already looking deep into, like, the fact that, Zack Snyder's kind of being very, active on IG, sharing all these things, and all the buzz right now surrounding DC is around that more than it is around anything else, period, right? But the fact that now all of a sudden it's like, now let's look deeper, right? And I say that because, again, now that with everything he's posting, and we're going to get into it, we're going to go into these other posts, it's like there's more that he's saying, right? And according to Mr. J, apparently Zach just posted a new Wonder Woman picture just now.
Yeah, I just pulled it up.
Okay, we're definitely going to look at that. Let's see who else we got here. So hold on, Edwin. Hold on. We're going to get to the trompa tumpa. We're going to get to the trompa tumpa. All right. We'll get there. We got my sis in the chat. She says, love you, broski. Love you too, sis. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the next one. Boom. I'm not sure this one really said much. Let me see. Pride of Gypsies is Aquaman in my office in England during prep for Justice League. Shot off my phone. Okay, that was just him sharing a photo. But still, I think we can all agree. And I don't want to say maybe we can all agree, but I'll say this. For all the flack that initially that kind of was given about him being Aquaman, I think we all can agree that he became Aquaman. Like, we were like, oh no, that is Aquaman. You know what I mean? And I'm not so sure I'm as excited to see him as Lobo, though I get the why they thought that was a move and why it kind of made sense, but I'm convinced it's not going to do much for him more than what him playing Aquaman did. I'll say that.
I think that was more of a passion project. It's something he's wanted to do for a long time.
Right.
So, I mean, like, of course, we're going to we'll be there day one supporting him.
Sure.
You
know, we got Marcus in the chat. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you sliding through. Let's go ahead and jump into this one right here, because this was one that really was like, come on, man. Henry Cavill and I on the set of Zack Snyder's Justice League. When the shirt opens, you know what comes next. You know what I mean? So it's like, Zach? What comes next, Zach? You tell us. You tell us what comes next. You know what I mean? Like, come on, how you gonna? And again, for the unaffiliated, they might think, oh, that's just, that's a play on words. And sure, like, on surface level, sure it is. But if you know Zach, he's saying something more. He's doing something deeper. There's something more in that he's how do you say, like, he's referring to. What do we got here, brother? What did we just pull up right here?
Look at this real quick. So this is an older post, right?
Okay.
About a year ago. All right. So about a year and some days.
Okay.
On the spot. All right. Mm-hmm. They had a conversation about a year ago. All right.
Yeah.
Talking about doubly storytelling. You know what I mean? Like, we're coming up with a plan, guys. All right. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna leave that right there for now, like that. Okay.
Right.
Put yours back up. Put yours back up. Here, I put it. Sorry, I didn't know I had that power. My bad. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna go.
Yo, just taking over
backstage, bro.
He just paramount to my head.
My bad. Pause. I don't think this is a James Gunn desperation thing. I think this is a let's bring it together type thing, and let's finally make it make sense. All right.
Right. Look, so
I
it's funny
feel
you
like
say that
James Gunn.
because
I feel like James Gunn is going to. I don't feel like he's an egotistical individual overall. Well, I don't feel like he's too egotistical. I don't think so. I feel
the
like
man went out of his way to do Suicide Squad, even though there was already one. That always just leave a bad taste in my mouth as far as ego is concerned.
I feel that. But let's talk about overall. Overall, you feel me? Overall, I feel like the Green Lantern thing was more of a confirmation for me than anything else. From that photo I just showed you a year ago.
So no,
now that Paramount they're in the right, they have the right leadership. I feel like they're low key giving us gems that's making us have to look back to really see what was really being spoken about, talked about, posted, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think this is just the beginning of something big that's coming.
So no, it's funny that you say that because me and Silos did touch on that a bit that one time, right? That what if the reality here is that behind the scenes are actually working together? And that article you brought up or that post and all that, that for sure was something then. You could be right, but at the same time, I think you're talking about a moment where James Gunn was in charge. So Zack Snyder had no choice but to work with him, you know, because he was the man in charge of DC Studios. We're not sure what the future holds now that Paramount is the front runner for
I thought Paramount said that they're keeping James Gunn as the leader, the head guy.
No, not that I've seen so far. Not that I've seen.
No, so what they said, and everybody in the chat can verify this on Sol Abdul's channel because he talked in depth on it. So what they said was they're going to write out the rest of Gunn's contract because his contracts end about a month or two before his last film comes out.
Right. Okay.
But so him and Peter Safran, both their contracts, they got like a 6-month extension and it ends right before that last movie. Right. But Peter, not Peter, what's his name? Pam and
Abdi and
them. Yeah. So they got extended to like 2 to 3 years. Right. So they're still okay. So what the idea is right now, most likely, is they're gonna ride him out for his contract, finish what he has on slate, and then shift once that contract's over.
There you go. That's the name, Mike DeLuca.
DeLuca.
Wow,
there he is.
Duh.
Yeah.
But just so I could add, and to your point, Pin, that was actually that picture that you showed.
Yeah.
They actually, I believe it was a week or two after that, they did the episode of Rick and Morty together.
Yeah.
And that was part of it. But I think to add on to what you're saying, because I do agree with you, the Horowitz interview that he had with Zach, he kind of low-key mentioned in there, he's like, I love what James Gunn is doing. I think James Gunn, with what he's doing, is good, but it's so different than what I have over here. It's quote unquote an Elseworld. When he said those exact words, I was like, all right, that right there confirmed. I believe an Elseworld is coming. So I think that's what we're gonna.
That's so that's why. Yeah, that's a great point, Carlos. That's why I'm not too convinced that there's like a merger of things happening there. I believe, at best, for both parties considered, it's that they're running things simultaneously. You know, things are going to be happening simultaneously at best for both parties considered. Someone like me, I can care less for one party.
We know this.
I can be honest. Because honestly, we're not going to go there. But golly, that Green Lanterns trailer thing and how that, you know, as far as like the show that they're doing.
It's lanterns, Vega. Lanterns.
Green lanterns. Right.
Lanterns.
They didn't say green. It's lanterns. Exactly.
Lanterns.
Even worse. You know what I'm saying? And again,
even worse.
Who's at the helm of all this? James Gunn. I'm sorry, bro. I honestly can care less what the man stays or not. You know, just so I could be honest, there's just too much.
I think you care. I think you will care a lot if he does stay. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I would care.
I feel like you would get pretty upset. Like,
what would upset me is if he stays and somehow Zack is not back. That's what would upset me. But if it's that they let Zack come back and they still want to let this guy do his thing, I don't care because I know which one I'm going to tune into. You know, like that. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, no brown lanterns. That's pretty funny. I just saw that.
Right, exactly. But let's go ahead and read what this guy says here, right? Zack Snyder says, Wayne T. Carr as John Stewart. So let's clear that up too. Like Zack had these plans way before any of the things that we're seeing now. I just want that also to be known. You know what I mean? Like the idea of bringing John Stewart as a Green Lantern into the DC cinematic universe was a Zack idea before it was anybody else's idea. And the reality is Gunn, he plagiarizes on a lot. And I'm just going to say it here. He's just plagiarizing off an idea that wasn't his. And that's that, period.
What if the idea, though? We don't know that. You know what I mean? What if he bought the idea?
Off of the money he added on to Superman. Off of that, that's where that money went away from.
You're right. That's that.
Playing devil's advocate.
Man, that's rough. All right, Wayne T. Carr as John Stewart, a hero we planned to bring into the Justice League story. Some paths remain unseen, but the green glow is still out there.
You see, man? Come on, Zack. What you doing, Zack? What you doing, bro? What you mean it's still out there? Come on, bro.
You know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's
doing. Now, I will say this, right? If I'm gonna play devil's advocate, you know, because you know me, I like to do that. I like to. Again, I can get why some people are saying you guys are just speculating. You know, you guys are looking too deep into it. Even something like that, like. What he's probably referring to is that the fact that there is a lantern show coming. There's a Green Lantern. That same lantern is going to appear in Superman. Whatever, all this stuff, and he's just helping promote the DC universe for Gunn because Gunn can't do it by himself, so he needs the help of Zack to promote this DC universe. Also true, because Gunn can't do it by himself.
He needs all the help he can get.
He needs all the help. You know what I'm saying? And he's running out of. He's running out of Dairy Queens and Old Spices to promote his stuff. Anyways, I'm just going crazy now. Yeah. But again,
you came up with sponsors.
Again, surface level, I can see why you think that. But that just tells me you just don't know Zack. You know, this is the same guy who's been doing this since back in, you know, the release of Snyder Cut days, you know, where he was doing the same thing, photo promos and things of that, sharing, you know, snippets of things and blah, 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 and comments or, you know, captions that were like, that seemed like base level things, but it turns out he was referring to something deeper for those of us who were following the I guess the breadcrumb trail he was leaving us. You know what I mean? As he continues to just post, bam, bam, bam. Ooh, nice. You know what I'm saying? Just constantly picking up the breadcrumbs. So when we're reading this is him saying more. You know, some paths remain unseen. Again, go back a couple posts. He shared that film canister, you know, a poster, right? And says there's a whole story there. You know what I mean? This is part of that whole story. This was what remains unseen. And the green glow is still out there. And when you think about it, when you go to Wayne T. Carr's page and his post, he's still posting about it. He still talks about how he's still wanting to be Green Lantern. You know what I mean? Exactly, Marcus. Grassroots for those, for those of us, right? You know, so again, if you know Zack, you know there's more. You know he's saying more, right? And I'm gonna have to refresh my page because I still don't see the Wonder Woman thing. But this was the last one.
It was right there. I just saw
it was right there.
Yeah,
it was.
You just scrolled past it.
No, this.
No.
After,
click it. Click back to where you were.
Now.
Right. Yeah, you see that?
I see it. Okay, cool.
You just gotta click his actual profile again.
Yeah.
So
right. You're right. Let's do that. First off, hold on. Okay, we're gonna get there because that's a dope photo. I'm already looking at what he posted.
Yeah.
But okay, and then this is what it all comes down to, though, right? Right here, really. Okay, the great villain of the DC universe is Darkseid. Period. not Brainiac, not whoever else was brought in, Brainiac, right? That's the guy that we're gonna get in that Superman, whatever the next one, Man of Tomorrow. It's Darkseid, right? Across all DC live action films, his only appearance is in Zack Snyder's Justice League. True fact. And the reality is anybody who, not anybody, everybody who saw Zack Snyder's Justice League left with that taste in their mouth of like, who's that guy?
Even the haters.
When do we get to see him?
Even
next?
the haters.
Even right.
100%.
Who became a believer? Who became a believer? It's Darkseid, and the fact that we're still here. Oh, I thought I was still there. And the fact that we're still here waiting for this, and this is not even the Darkseid version. This is Uxas, Uxas version. This isn't even him as Darkseid in the end of the film.
Yeah.
But man, like he's still, when you're talking about the green glow still out there, this guy's still out there, coming in the old ways, ready in his armada, on his way to Earth. You feel me? And I'm not Zach. I can't pretend to know what his plans are if the story continues.
It better.
But right. But it better, right? What I do know is
Zach,
we got cheated out of seeing Green Lantern in the end of the film of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I have to assume that that's just the legit story now, right? As much as a lot of us have said, "Oh, release the Emerald Cut," right, so that we get that scene with Green Lantern, and how does that go? But whatever, that time is past and gone. I'm not really too focused on that. My focus is when you do come back and you do finish or continue the story, how do you now incorporate the Green Lantern? And I just can't help but feel like the Lanterns are going to be the first ones to face off against Darkseid's armada coming towards Earth.
I have a theory on that.
But go ahead. Share theory, brother.
So mind you, all these posts, I did also want to say, yeah, if it was any other month, I would have been like, okay, this is, Zach may be doing something, but maybe he could be reminiscent. The fact that this is March, when we got Justice League, when it was released, correct?
Right.
March 19th, if I'm not mistaken. And then BVS was also released March 25th. So we are on March 13th.
Right.
I'm a big speculator over here on this, but I think we will be getting the Emerald Cut in theaters. Why? Because of what you just said, actually. The Lanterns fight Darkseid, and that ending, instead of it being the Martian Manhunter, we get that warning from Jon Stewart to Ben Affleck, Bruce, saying, yo, y'all need to get your stuff together because someone's coming and it ain't going to be pretty.
Right. See, that makes sense too. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I which even when he first said that was the initial idea for the ending, that was already what I thought that conversation was going to be. It's him actually confirming that the Armada is on the move, as Mr. J put so eloquently in the comment section, right and dirty in his Armada. So that to me, I feel is really what we're all waiting for. And again, him reminding us of that, and not from the fans to the diehard fans to just the casual fan of DC. This is what he's reminding us of, is that this guy's still out there, and the only place you've gotten him, and the only place you're gonna get him anytime soon, is in my universe of DC. And that's just a fact, because Gunn's already on record saying he's staying away from Darkseid, which is crazy to say. Like, the fact that you even allow yourself to go on record to say that, it's kind of crazy.
Well,
he wouldn't know what to do with it, bro.
But my thing is, I don't even think it's so much you wouldn't know what to do with it. I think Pin has some fire to what he said. I believe that's talked about.
Right. No, well, we talked about that last time, right?
Yeah,
It could be that, and again, I'll leave room for that. I'm not trying to, I don't want to make it seem like I'm closed off to that,
Yeah.
It very much could be that's the reason why he, like we talked about last time, Silos, right? Like, that's the reason he decided not to use Cavill as Superman, because he wants to let that be in its own rightful universe when he brings Zack back to do his thing. It could be all that, like, you know what I'm saying? Again, not using Darkseid or any of that, because it could be that. The only reason I'm not so sure it's that is just because you still went out of your way to do Superman.
Yeah.
And you're using a villain that was going to be used also. And technically, for anybody who really paid attention to like Easter eggs and things like that, he already does exist in Zack Snyder's universe. The Man of Steel tendrils, for me, were the giveaway of there being a Brainiac. So let's not pretend. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say Gunn is the biggest, like, just feeler of ideas.
To that point as well, in Man of Steel with the empty pod and everybody talking about, it's Kara. You got to remember, Kara's one of many of her origins has ties to Brainiac.
That's right.
So that could have also been where it was going too. So
right. No, you're right. Exactly. No, that's exactly right. Marcus said Zach's posts are getting me Zactivated. It's getting all of us activated, brother. All of us. Gunn wouldn't know what to do with Darkseid.
Right? I'm saying, bro. I don't think he would though, low key though, because Gunn, like, he's not a bad director in my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. But I like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I liked a lot of his work prior to that. I'm not a fan of the direction of DC so far. I don't like Peacekeeper or Peacemaker, whatever it's called. I'm not a fan of the new Superman. I don't know about this Superwoman. It's not tickling. You know what I mean? I don't feel a type of way towards it. The Lanterns thing is like, we'll see what I'll give it a chance. We'll see, but I don't know, bro. We'll see though. I think the best choice let's work together and let's come up with something epic that Paramount will pay for. All right, and let's give our full ideas and production that we seek without having to be held back or handcuffed. And this is the opportunity. So, but we'll see how it goes down.
No, you're right. You're right. I can see that. And this is obviously the most recent, just dope.
That's tight.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What does it say here? So my Wonder Woman, which again, it's like, well, damn, you know what I mean? That's a statement in itself. That's a statement in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when you think about the my bad, my guys, the fact that like not Wonder Woman 1987, was it 1987, right? Or
1988?
1988?
Yeah, something like that. You're right. In the 80s.
84, I think.
84. It is 84.
Yeah. Garbage. Even when you look at that, garbage. Hot garbage.
I'd
rather go watch a Richard Pryor Superman. Or better yet, I'd rather go watch some bat nipples than watch that.
Right.
All right.
Oh, Dad. Oh. He said, Marcus said, I can see Lex repurposing the Kryptonian suit to make his own. Yeah, that too. 100%. Yes. Oh, there you go. 1984. Yeah,
84.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, you're looking at this Wonder Woman, and it's like, and this photo is just so dope, right? For anybody who like saw the movie, you know what this is saying, what it's showing, the heat gauntlets that Batman is inspired by, her gauntlets. And if I'm correct, there's even like that.
Yeah, she got in Batman stuff.
That's also what they right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? For all those Wonder Bat fans out there, you know what I'm saying? For those Wonder Bat fans, you know.
Wonder Bat.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? I came up on that Justice League animated series. You know what I'm saying? From that moment, I thought, oh, that's a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just gonna keep that a buck. Marcus said Patty opted not to use Zack's stunt team for 80, which is crazy.
Yep, the downfall.
And it shows. And it shows. It for sure shows, man. So, all that to say, man, guys, Zack is on the attack here. And when he's going this hard, that only tells us to go that hard. And if you don't know, I'm gonna put you on game now. # restore the Snyderverse. is what it is. Full swing, full motion, get out there. If you want more of that, DC, you know what I'm saying? If you want more of that, then get on the bandwagon, get on
the hashtags.
Get on the hashtag.
Start posting.
Y'all
more powerful than you think, especially if everyone comes together. Y'all did it before, it can happen again.
We did it before, it can happen
Actually,
again.
it will happen
and
again.
It will happen again.
It's gonna happen, bro.
I like that.
It's gonna happen.
So, that being said,
oh, real quick, one thing that I forgot to mention, y'all didn't give me the opportunity. That Justice League poster, y'all just went to the next. I'm like, I had something to say here. All right, check it out, bro. When you see the rubble, for me, I see they're building from the ground up again. I see construction. I see the fall of something, and with that JL in the middle like that, even with the film grade out of the reel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel like something new is coming, and the construction of it is already begun. Right. That's how I feel, bro. That's what I was getting out of
something green, huh? Yeah, that's
something something powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mr. J says hashtag restore has outlived all the others. It went for a reason, we're not gonna go there, but for a reason.
No lies detected. No lies detected.
I mean? But yeah, look, here's the thing. Keep this in mind, guys. Again, as I said before, Zack is going as hard as he's going on IG for a reason. We're days away from the shareholder meeting, which is going to be the deciding factor of like whether or not the deal between Paramount and, as far as between Paramount and Warner Brothers is concerned, whether it like actually concludes and becomes final between them two.
Yeah.
So again, it's not a coincidence to me that he's like, man, just dude. I mean, while we were going live, this man drops another one. You know what I mean? It's just
yeah.
And a quick little side note. Another thing to keep positive in our heads too is that Paramount just, I think today dropped that they took ownership. They bought out the Tyler Perry BET station. So if they're out here buying all these other stuff, I mean, I think it's hook, line, and sinker. I believe it's ready to go. Like these people are just buying it up right now.
They're buying everything, bro.
Rub money. Rub money.
They doing it right, bro.
Dude, Marcus said the
influencers are crashing out. Hey, Neil, I know, bro. I know because they've showed up on my TikTok all of a sudden.
For real? Damn. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't gotten anything from it. Luckily, because But I will say, like, yeah, I've peeped a few of them, like, still just being weird about it. And it's like, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But again, all that to say, look, March 20th is right around the corner. And then I agree. Like, I think it's set in stone, guys. It's set in Stone Quarry. All right. This is where it's set. And it's set
in rubble.
Stone Quarry. You know what I'm saying? We're building from the ground up. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So I'm excited, man. I'm as it was in the comment section. I'm excited. I'm activated. And again, hashtag restore the Snyderverse. You see it here, right?